Hey guys, I'm Morthadon, and we are back for Attack on Titan Season 3, Episode 16. So, last time we had the Beast Titan using threats against Rhina, being like, hey, I'll give your armor to someone else if you don't like get your head in the game. That was pretty crazy. We learned that Marco was killed by uh, you know, killed by our trio here, Rhina, Berthold, and Annie, which was, obviously they built up in season one that death being like a little suspicious, and I didn't really have any predictions for it up until my random guesstimate based on the fact that they were bringing it back after my one frame of preview I saw. It makes me sad I didn't just wait until I saw it before it like came into my mind, but when when things come into my mind, I just like to let you guys know because I like to have genuine reactions. I don't want to fake them and just pretend like, oh, I'm so shocked, So anyway, yeah. The mid card kind of we already had an idea that they had like a different civilization somewhere wherever Rhina and Berthold were from, and especially with the Beast Titan. It was before we knew that Rhina and Berthold were with the Beast Titan, it seems, but the Beast Titan had no idea about the ODM gear and everything, which really told us he was from somewhere different. But the mid card was talking about the like black liquid they were drinking and how it's not from this society, hinting at another community of people somewhere. So, very interesting stuff. Rhina is still alive. Unfortunately, I was really pissed that we delayed that death. It pulled the anime trope of let's sit here and talk about it instead of just finishing him off. But whatever. So he's regenning. He's got his back to the ground, so he can't get to the back of his neck. And the colossal titan has transformed. Just apparently, he's an atom bomb when he transforms, which I feel like that's new. I don't remember there being a massive explosion when he appeared in front of the wall because the first thing, like the shock factor, was his head popping up over the wall, not a damn nuke going off and then his head popping up over the wall. So I'm curious if that's an ability that he can trigger if he wants to or not, or how that works. I wonder if we'll learn more about it. But either way, our characters are like, we don't have time to go regroup. We just have to fight it here with, like, what they say, the six of us. So, yeah, let's jump into it and see what happens already. We're going to start here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. Oh, excuse me. Yeah. I don't know if you guys heard that. You might have saw it in my face. I just, like, hiccup burped. Um, that's crazy. Hmm. Oh, shit. Oh, Armin. Damn. Yeah. I was gonna say, I think Armin's gonna have to figure something out. Damn. Alright. I will be going back, by the way, guys, to the very first frames. I accidentally still had. I watched in dubbed, if you don't know that. I've said it in a few of these episodes now. I originally watched the show in subbed, but when I rewatched season 1 and 2 on my Patreon, I did videos of it. I decided to do dub just to do something different, and I actually really enjoyed the dub. And it's the first time with anything on my channel that I've done dub, so uh, I decided to stick with dub, and but I forgot to change it from Japanese to dub, and I also didn't even have the subtitles on, so I didn't hear what Connie said. I got it fixed when Connie was laughing, so I imagine he was just kind of freaking out about the situation. But just in case he said anything important, I'll go back to that. I'll actually write myself a reminder. Perfect game. Ooh. That sounds like someone's plan working, and I don't know if it's ours or theirs. Hmm. Interesting. But he beat Ryan and Berthold, which makes me worried. When he does fight, it seems like he might be stronger than... Oh. Interesting. Oh, they don't even know. Just throwing rocks? Shit. Damn. Oh my god, the mist of blood. Holy shit. That's so devastating, man. I gotta say, it's cowardly, but it's smart. Right? First pitch. Oh, that's what it means. Damn, man. Guys, you need to listen. Oh, is his leg fucked up? Or does he just have it in the air? Jesus, man. That's brutal. I want to talk about an observation I had about the Beast Titan, but I'm going to wait for the discussion. So I don't talk over the show. This guy. Might have been the right use of Decimate. 10%. The front row might be about 10%. Just havoc. That's so brutal. Damn. Things are not looking good. They didn't even flinch. Oh. He doesn't care. Damn. Oh. I don't know. How much does he weigh? The Titans weigh less than they look, right? Yeah. Armin, we need one of your plans, my guy. What? Mikasa? Yeah. Come on, Armin. So great. I love Armin's character because intelligence in warfare, like, plans and strategy is so important. Oh my god, such a big leg. He's able to push the leg back a little. Gonna lift him up. Damn. Just shot putted him into the freaking wall. That might be the wrong word. Shot put when you throw. But anyway, kicked him into the wall. That's wild. Man, we need to figure something out. They gotta have some kind of weakness. Come on, Armin! Damn it. Okay. Buy more time for Armin to observe, hopefully. Yep. They were still fighting against it. Damn. That sucks. That damn steam. Come on, Armin. I don't know either, though, so I can't blame him. Oh, fuck me in the ass. Damn. Did it? Did I skim that right? I usually can't read it quick enough, so I rapidly skimmed it, and it was talking about the Colossal Titan and how the different Titans have different abilities, and how one of his is to produce the steam, and I think it said something about nearly infinite. Uh, Props to this guy, though. He, like, just joined recently, and he's, like, holding it together pretty well. I can't blame him, but it sucks. No, come on, man. If you give up now, you really will let all their deaths be for nothing. But you might be able to do something, you know? Damn. Ooh. What's your plan? Your shitty mouth. Shit. So he's got some kind of plan. Damn. An expert con man. Damn. But I was just thinking about when the one recruit was freaking out. Uh, damn. Wow. I get it though. Like I love Erwin's character so much. Like they're doing it. Wow, we didn't even see the motivational speech. Uh just like a some kind of smoke screen of some kind, maybe? No, it's not blocking anything. Okay. Oh, these poor people. Hmm. Yeah. Oh, wow, he's using the Titans. That's so smart. Oh my god. He's killing some of them on the way too. It's so good. Damn. Yes. Yep. Well, that and it gives you a chance. Yeah. Damn. Oh, Erwin. Oh, I got chills. Ah, fuck. Yeah, he's still alive too, isn't he? It looked like just his horse got hit. Fuck, man. I gotta remember the to be continued doesn't mean we still got credits after. Oh, damn, dude, that speech. Arwen, my guy. What an amazing episode. Sayonara. Wow. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, when the recruit started freaking out, that was my first thought, right? My first thought was, yeah, like, if you don't, like, you're gonna die no matter what, but if you die fighting, at least, he was saying, like, all the people that died up ahead died for nothing because we're gonna die anyway. But if you just lay down and let yourself be killed, it's almost worse. Like, they died for really nothing, for you to just give up. But at least if you go out fighting, especially, obviously, at the time, the recruit didn't have any hope, you know? And don't get me wrong, I understand why the recruit's losing his shit. Like, I might even be in the same boat, but from a, bystander just sitting here watching the episode, it's just my thought process being, I like to think if I was in that situation, if I knew I was dying either way, I would die in a way that would go down fighting. So I just listened to my orders until I died rather than just, laying down and dying, if that makes sense. That is it, guys, for episode 16. All right. Yeah, man. Okay, I'm going back to the beginning real quick just to hear what Connie says, because I got the gist of what he was saying, even though I don't speak Japanese, based off mannerisms on the few words I know. I just want to make sure it was nothing like really important, and then we'll continue what we were talking about. I just don't want to forget to do this. Um, okay, yeah, just Connie freaking out, making a dumb joke in a time of like great stress. He was saying, "How does it feel to have a roof? Like one of these houses might have been yours. How does it feel to have your own roof above your head again? Get it?" That's what he said. So, um, like I figured, just him kind of freaking out. Nothing of too much importance, um, but yeah, okay. So back to like the rookie stuff. I really love that it was brought up in the episode too, because it's like, my mind was already thinking of like, sacrifice yourself for the ones that came before, right? Um and everything. And then Erwin is saying the same thing. He's saying that, all my, like, despite his dream of wanting to see this information, he wanted to live to get all this information, but he's in the same boat. He sacrificed so many people for this, and they're all, in his mind watching him and keeping an eye on him and seeing what he does with their sacrifice. So he can't succumb to the greed of just wanting to be the one to find the basement. He wanted to be he wanted to prove his theories right and everything. So, you know, it's just really fascinating and like very powerful, especially like being, and then like once again knowing that he sacrificed this many people, they're all watching him. He once again rallies his troops to sacrifice them again. And that's what makes Erwin's character so great, is because, yes, all throughout the show, he sacrificed so many people for these different goals to learn and propel humanity forward and everything. And it's very easy, I think, for someone to get angry with him because of that aspect. But right here, you see, and there's been other times where you see it, those losses do affect him. It's not like, there's those leaders that will throw their people away to satisfy their own greed, but it doesn't feel like that's for Erwin, right? Like, that doesn't fit for Erwin. It doesn't feel like that's his character. So, but yeah, man. Something else I wanted to talk about real quickly was the whole idea of the perfect game, the pitching. He even said like that was a good pitch. He's using baseball terms. He's got a like actual pitcher's form, right? So there's a lot of times in anime where I make this mistake where I just assume, like, we know there's, like, small tidbits of our old culture within the people that are in the walls. But these people, the Beast Titan and stuff, seems like they have even more of the old culture from before the turn, right? Like, I make the mistake of sometimes just assuming the writers wanted to make it, like, be like pitching, you know? And I don't factor in the idea that it might be the writer giving us a hint. And sometimes it comes back to bite me in the ass in certain shows where I've just been like, yeah, the Beast Titan is pitching just because the writer thought it'd be funny if, if he pitched like a baseball player, even though they don't really have baseball anymore. That's just a loophole, or like a not a loophole. That's not the right word, but I can't think of the word when something like is written into the story that shouldn't be there. Damn, I can't think of it. But either way, you guys know what I'm talking about. Sometimes I just chalk it up to that and I just accept it. I'm like, but I don't want to be like that. I'm trying to change that aspect of myself. So when I see him pitching, especially at the end, I didn't notice it earlier in the episode. He does the whole, like, he's almost standing, like, sideways, and he does, like, the proper leg movement and everything. Like, he has the exact pitcher's form. Like, that is someone who has either watched people play baseball or has played baseball himself. I feel like that cannot be just the writer throwing that in for the hell of it, and it being a man, I hate that I can't think of the word. I don't think it could be just a mistake, So, once again, it just makes me really interested in wherever the Beast Titan comes from and what they have of the old world. Because we know that, like, when this king took over and erased everyone's memories, like, the history of before the Titans was also, like, mostly nuked. Like, the only little bits we had left was, like, that book that Armin's parents had. Which also just makes me wonder, like, where did that book come from? Was it just... Am I just to accept that, like, they missed a book when they were doing their, like, thorough sweep of humanity? Out of how many people they had, they missed a singular book. So is it possible that somehow Armin and his parents might be, like, descendants of this other civilization that somehow showed up here? Like, could there... We already know there's more to Mikasa. There's more to Armin. I'm sorry, Eren, with his dad being from outside the wall, seemingly. Is it possible that we're gonna have, like, the anime trope of our trio of kids, all three of them being kind of special, whereas Armin just seems smart? Maybe, the fact that his parents had these dreams of going outside the walls and had this book of, oceans and all that, or is it just like, did his parents, like, write the book because they have some memories left, right? Like, is he one of the families within the walls that memories aren't manipulated, and that's why? Because we know his parents even, like, wanted to leave the walls in order to, like, go and find some of these things, right? Like oceans and mountains and snow and, like, these different things that they've talked about. But yeah, anyway, really interesting. Man, I want to binge this show so bad just because I'm so eager to learn. I also keep watching other reactions and I'm so terrified. Luckily, they've been pretty good. But they keep, like, referencing Attack on Titan in certain areas, but fortunately they're referencing, like, the first or second season, and I haven't been spoiled yet. I'm so worried because I watch a lot of reactions. Like, that's pretty much... I play video games and I usually have reactions running on my other monitor. That's almost exclusively what I watch, when I'm not recording and stuff like that. So I'm so worried that one of them's gonna spoil. Sometimes they say, like, Attack on Titan, and I, like, fast forward by, like, 20 seconds or something and just try to, like, get past it just in case, But I think that's another reason why I'm excited to finish this show, because so many people have seen this show and so many reactors reference it in other shows. I'm mostly just excited to learn more. But anyway, regardless of all that, another revelation I had in the episode was the Beast Titan throwing rocks. I was like, I think I even said it during the reaction. I was like, it's actually pretty smart. Like, it's cowardly, yes. Like, he has this big Titan form. He has these Titan soldiers all around him, and he's like staying back and like throwing rocks. But like, one, if you can do it, why not? In my opinion, like, if you can do something that can prevent the loss of your own people and not put your own life at danger, while also potentially winning the battle without even getting a scratch on you, like, strategically, it's just a good idea, It sucks because these are my characters I'm watching just get deleted by rocks. I hate it. But I can't deny that it feels like a bitch move, but it's smart. I just can't deny it. But that being said, something that dawned on me while I was thinking about that, the Beast Titan doesn't know about, well, he knows about the ODM gear, but he doesn't know a lot about the ODM gear, right? Which means, like, where we have Reina and Berthold, who grew up, or not grew up, but they were here for at least 4 years, roughly, more than that, 4 years from when they, like, joined the Cadet Corps, I think, and then past that as well. They were around people using them. They trained with them in the military. They know how they work. They know how to predict the movements that people are going to make with the ODM gear and everything. They know how people are, like, maneuver with it and all that. And that's a lot. Like, I think sometimes people probably don't think of that too much, but the Beast Titan, he barely knows about it. He's seen it a couple times. The last time he was in the wall, he's like, oh, what's this thing, Pretty cool device you have here. So I think sending Levi, who is one of our best fighters, after the Beast Titan, who doesn't have much experience fighting against soldiers with ODM gear, with how strong Levi already is, plus that, I can see a really real possibility that Levi does some work. So, yeah. I just think that's a really interesting... I didn't really think about it before with him not really knowing ODM gear. I didn't correlate it to him fighting against people with ODM gear and how that's going to difference. Because I was like, during the reaction, I was like, oh, well, this guy beat Reina and Berthold, and we're having this much trouble with Reina and Berthold, so that means that he's stronger than both of them. So, or at least Reina. I don't know if Berthold fought him in colossal form, but at least he beat Reina, which made me feel like, oh, I don't know if Levi would be able to take him. And then that's when it dawned on me about, like, they're used to fighting ODM gear, whereas Beast Titan isn't. So, very, very interesting. I can pull up the mid card again just to see here. No, why, I gotta go back like a second before it comes up, I guess. Man, we also have Reina back up. The Colossal Titan's steam, the special powers that some Titans possess, use the mass of their bodies to function. It is thought that the Colossal Titan's steam is produced from its own muscle tissue, and that the amount of steam it can generate must therefore be finite. Okay, it did not say infinite, it said finite. Okay, so that's a hint that, we need to bait out as much steam as we can, and then maybe we'd be able to win it. I wonder if Armin will be able to deduce that. I definitely can't blame Armin for being stun locked in this moment. He's scared that the wrong choice will get people killed. He's scared, like, he doesn't have the confidence in himself that he needs to be able to make decisions in this moment, so he just passed the buck. But I like that Jean was like, hey, listen, I'm gonna be able to make, like, calls in this immediate situation, but I'm not gonna be smart enough to come up with a plan that allows us to win. So really all I can do is buy us time until we die, unless you come up with something. So figure your shit out. So just really, really interesting and stuff like that. So I really hope Armin comes in clutch, but once again, I'm not really blaming him. But yeah, strategy is just so important in battles and everything. But yeah, man. It's wild. I kind of wish we were. I mean, I get it. They're trying to make the situation be like as desperate as possible before there's like a counterattack, you know. But I almost wish Eren was able to do more. I feel like every time Eren fights someone the first time, he just gets bodied so hard, you know. But I mean, he is experimenting too. Like he goes and tries to tackle the leg, and it's like, okay, that didn't work. Now we know. So now he knows not to try that again or try it in a different way the next time. But yeah. Anyway. One of these days, Eren will be skilled enough with his damn Titan form to not just take a massive L in the beginning. But I mean, that's shown in anime, right? Like, it's typical for characters to, like, the main character to take a few L's in a fight to then come out ahead in the end, kind of thing. So, we'll see if it works out that way in this as well. But yeah, man. Oh, it's gonna be so sad. Like, so far, Erwin's still alive. I think it looked like just his horse was hit. But I love his character so much. He's so good with the speeches and everything. I just... I don't know what we're gonna do without him. But, yeah. Guess we'll have to see. I don't know how the smokes that they fired would stop, like, would reduce his accuracy. The only thing I can think of is, like, when he's throwing from that angle, he might be using, like, the distance and the horizon and everything. Like, there might be a lot of different factors that he's looking at when he's figuring out his trajectory of, like, how hard to throw it, how high to throw it, stuff like that. And you kind of, a lot of the times, at least in, like, video games and stuff, when I'm, like, shooting a cannon in, like, Sea of Thieves or something, I gauge, like, okay, the last time I shot this cannon, it was at, like, this point on the enemy's ship. I needed to go a little higher, so I'm going to go a little higher than that point on the enemy's ship, using the environment to help determine my angle of fire, right? So it might be something like that where by shooting off all the smokes, it's taking away some of those things he might have used. Like, he might have been like, okay, at this point in the wall is what I aimed for, and the drop managed to hit them in this way. Now he's smoke screened from seeing the wall, and it's going to mess up his aim. Granted, it seems like he still nailed them pretty good, but maybe this destruction would have been even worse if they didn't do that. But yeah, interesting. So, man, yeah. I don't really have anything else to say. I just want to watch more. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed. Hit the like button if you did as well, and comment. Let me know what you thought about this episode. Just don't spoil future episodes for me, please. And yeah, check out my Patreon if you want to see more content. You can get 2 episodes ahead on there through early access if you want to watch ahead. The Patreon show tier on there also has shows that aren't even released to YouTube yet. So the rest of Freerun that isn't released yet, the full show is on my Patreon. Season 1 and 2 of Solo Leveling is there as well, and Season 1 and most of Season 2 of Dan to Dan is on there as well. So check all that out if you're interested. Links in the description should be popping up on the screen. I'll see you in my future reactions. Bye-bye.